Like, if you don't know who the person is, you shouldn't be talking about it.
Like at all.
Because you don't know, like, what they go through in life.
Right.
Like,
What about if they, like, did something and they harmed themselves and you were the reason that they did something in order to hurt themselves?
21A, take 3.
How can you tell when a prank has gone too far?
When somebody gets hurt.
When the person starts crying.
I guess when their feelings are broken beyond repair, I guess.
whenever somebody's crying.
When the person starts to get really upset.
How can you tell when a prank has gone too far?
When someone
Person's
cries.
mad.
When someone gets hurt.
when somebody
When they're visibly hurt, or like,
You can tell on the person's face whenever like it's going too far.
Yeah.
Like if they look like stuff like that, you can tell like you took it way too far.
Too far, yeah. So when it causes trust issues.
Yeah.
What's the line between joking and bullying?
You can tell by the energy in the room if it's like toxic or not. Because you could be going around talking about everybody and it'll just be dead silent. They'll just be like that.
Yeah.
And you can just like, yeah, I probably just hurt somebody's feelings just then.
Yeah. Like once you keep doing it and you're not getting a rise out of anyone, probably went too
just
far.
over and over and over again.
The whole like shoving people into lockers and like all that like basic bullying things, those don't really like happen. The things that like happen with like bullying is more like
Me too.
it's more of like social media.
Yes, cyberbullying, that's all it is.
It's mainly like cyberbullying nowadays because of everybody's on their phone, everybody's on Snapchat.
People talking bad about other people.
Yeah.
They say things they would never say in person, like actually to.
Yeah, they would say things on like through the phone to other people, and then they'll see that person that they were talking about and just be like, "Oh my gosh, I love you. You're the best," and all that. And I'm just like,
what makes me mad,
fake.
like when people like when you block somebody and they try to make like a fake account so they can keep talking to you.
That just means they want attention.
Yes.
People do that?
Yes. People do.
People are crazy like that.
What? That's crazy.
Or like when people block you and then you have to text your friend and be like, oh, what did they say about me? Or like, what did they post in their story about me? Or like, like that's so annoying.
Well, you know, like spam accounts?
Yeah.
That's all to drag people down. Oh my gosh, it's all
created
toxic.
that.
yeah.
If a situation does get toxic, what do you do in that moment?
I tell the person. Like,
Yeah, I try to talk to that person. I'm like, hey, that's not cool. You need to stop that.
I try to stop it.
Yeah.
I try to like get into it and like, cause there's always like those like boys that like to roast like the kid that's like obviously weird to everyone, you know, that, and they like roast him or like they like basically call him weird and like stupid and stuff. And that's when you step in and you're like, hey, that's enough. Like just leave him alone. Let him do his thing, you do your thing, you know?
What if like you don't know the person that's getting bullied? Would you still stick up for them? Like
Oh, I
to
do
their
that all the
face?
time.
Yeah.
At my school, we don't really bully people. Like you said, we just roast people.
Yeah, that doesn't really happen like, I guess in high school it doesn't really go down like that.
Middle school, different story.
Middle school is.
Middle school, elementary, kind of like the younger kids, but even like in elementary, some kids don't even realize like
Just 'cause
that they
don't know
are
better.
bullying.
Yeah.
Earlier, you guys said that you can tell a prank has gone too far if someone cries or gets hurt. Would it be too late at that point?
Yes.
Depends on the person. If they're really forgiving, I feel like they would, you know, get past it and be like, yeah, I forgive you. But if they're not and they hold a grudge against you, they're not gonna.
Right.
But it
They're
also
not gonna be
goes
like,
for
yeah,
like,
you're my best friend again.
it also goes for like that person. Like if you're like, you know, just going off roasting them, like pranking them, and like making them like feel bad or whatever, and then they get hurt, and then you're like, oh, just get over it, and you don't really apologize for it. I feel like that can be another way of like hard to forgive that person because they didn't really apologize for it. They just kind of were like, kind of brushed it off, you know?
It's like what you said. Like you know who you're messing with.
Yeah.
Don't go too far.
Like if you don't know who the person is, you shouldn't be
Say
talking
nothing
about it.
like at all.
Because you don't know like what they go through in life, like at home or nothing like that.
Like people that bully, like they don't know, like what about if they like did something and they harmed themselves and you were the reason that they did something in order to hurt themselves.
Well, kids our age would just be like, well, it wasn't me. You know, they'd just be like, it wasn't my fault.
Blame it
because
on
they
someone else.
always like to blame the other guy instead of taking responsibility from themselves, you know?
Yeah, they never want to take the blame.
Yeah.
Michael, will you do the question on the table?
Has this conversation changed the way you view this subject?
Not really, because like I was saying, you gotta know the person to be able to talk about them. Because if you don't know the person, you don't know what they'll do to you back.
It hasn't really changed my view because I feel like we all had pretty much the same view on it, so.
Yeah.
Don't go too
My
far.
view hasn't changed either.